Wake up YouTube, my name is Juice and welcome back to another Showdown special episode. Today we'll be talking about the metagame of the month called Inheritance. Now, there's another one too, it's called Super Staff Bros, but yeah. I mean, if you guys really want, we can still do an episode on Super Staff Bros, but I think we should just stick with Inheritance for the purposes of this episode. So now, before I actually go into the tournament and go into the battles that I'm going to show you in a sec, I'm going to briefly go over the concept behind Inheritance. So the premise of Inheritance is that each Pokemon may inherit both the move pool and the ability of another Pokemon. That is to say, they have their own move pool and abilities replaced by that of another Pokemon's. Of course, they may not pick and choose, they must inherit either both the move pool and the ability, or just not inherit at all, in which case they stay the same. So a common and powerful example of this, as depicted on the cover of the Smogon Inheritance page, is having Mega Pinsir inherit the move pool and ability of Mega Lucario. Now, the inherited ability does not carry over to the Mega Evolved Pokemon, and what this means is that once Pinsir Mega Evolves, you now have an Aerolate Mega Pinsir with access to extreme speed. That is pretty scary. Now, while this Pinsir set is perfectly legal, Showdown has in fact banned some abilities in Pokemon in order to make the Inheritance metagame at least somewhat fair. So, take a look. Yeah, sorry to ruin your dreams of a Wonder Guard team. That's just not happening. So, in addition to this, certain Pokemon are now removed from the ban list of this metagame as seen here. Yes, that's right, Genesect is back, baby! So anyways, last Sunday I participated in the 8:30 Showdown Inheritance Tourney, and I faced some issues, not actually with the battling, but with the tourney structure in general, and you'll see what I mean in a bit. But here's a recap. So first match of the tournament, I'm up against this guy named Kirbyster. Now don't get me wrong, Kirbyster is definitely, a very solid player, but he clearly, he's one of those who joined the tournament with just a standard OU team. Which, I guess that's okay, but against a properly built Inheritance team, an OU team does not stand a chance. So anyways, let's hop into the actual battle here. Togekiss is just para-flinching, or not even para, just straight up flinching my Florges like no tomorrow. I'm just trying to get my Paralyze off so that I can outspeed this thing. I don't know why he's not trying to paralyze me. I guess after he saw my Magic Bounce Cresselia, he was a little bit intimidated. But anyways, I go ahead and scare him away because, he now can no longer flinch me. And he goes into Zard, which Megazard Y is pretty powerful, guys. I mean, I'm a special wall, and look at how much that does. Anyways, I get my T-Wave off, so this guy is not doing any sweeping anytime soon, and I go ahead and switch in Terrakion, predicting another Fire Blast, which once again does a whopping 95% with crit. So now I have him trapped. He can no longer switch out, as Rock Blast really basically destroys his team, or close combat. So he goes into Dragonite instead, and this turns out to be the Weakness Policy Dragonite, as you'll see here. And I get while he fires out the Weakness Policy, I get a Lucky Freeze. Now, for the record, I do have an Azelf chill in the back with Focus Sash in case anything like this happens. But yeah, that's kind of intimidating. But anyways, I go ahead and switch into Cresselia on Jirachi, and I wasn't too sure what Jirachi was going to do. I thought that might have been an Inheritance Jirachi, but I quickly realized later that his team was just standard OU, so I made more accurate predictions later in the game. But yeah, basically, this is an obvious energy ball, but you're not one-shotting a Rotom Wash with that. And I get my nice Origin Pulse off, finish off the Chandelure. Origin Pulse is a Kyogre special move, in case you guys weren't aware of that. But basically, at this point, it's a game. I get another Paralyze Hacks, which didn't really matter. I mean, at this point of the game, I was going to win anyways. But anyways, he goes ahead and prevents me from 6-0ing him by finishing the game with an Explosion. So, that was a good game. It was a good game, Kirbyster. Definitely enjoyable. Maybe if you had ran an Inheritance team, you definitely would have stood a much more of a chance against my Inheritance team. But anyways, that was a pretty fun match. Our next match. So, my next match was against this guy named Fetish Boy. Unfortunately, I forgot to save the replay, so all I have now is just the actual recording of the match. And basically, I looked at his team and I saw a wall of solid OUs and some random Uber flapping right in the middle of that. But actually, Magikarp is pretty nice. If used properly, you can get off like a couple endeavors on your opponent. I mean, this is the standard Focus Sash Endeavor set, and I was kind of unaware of what Endeavor actually did. I thought it was based on percent HP as opposed to actual HP amount, so I misplayed a bit with the Magikarp at first, but it didn't really matter too much. I mean, Uber or not, Magikarp is just, well, he's kind of weak. Sorry, bud. But anyways, this match was a pretty fun match. It was pretty straightforward too. I mean, he didn't run that many inheritance set. I think most of his team was still standard OU. I did see that Landorus with the Talonflame inherited, you know, with that priority Brave Bird going on right there and shit. But for the most part, it was a pretty straightforward match. I'm just gonna go ahead and fast forward through the rest of this battle. So enjoy. So the third match, I don't have one. Basically, I timed out, and which was kind of weird because usually Showdown gives you like a 30-second warning, you know, in these tournaments before you time out. And so I didn't see anything, so I thought, okay, maybe I have a bit of time. So I thought I would just throw knockoff on someone, you know, to deal with those pesky Chansey Aegislash cores that have been running around lately. And so I was putting knockoff on someone, and when I came back, I apparently timed out. I tried to get back on, but the admin said it was too late. So that's just how it is. It's kind of a shame, really. I thought my team wasn't the best inheritance team, but I definitely could have gotten decently far. And it's also a shame that Showdown didn't do another inheritance day this month. would have liked to see that. But anyways, that would be the end of this Inheritance tournament. Kind of a bummer, and it's a low note to end on. But anyways, Inheritance is still a very fun tier, and I'm definitely going to do another video on this later for my next Juicebox episode. And so again, you know, if you have any questions on Inheritance or any ideas, anything you want me to use to try out, or just anything in general about Inheritance, you can just leave a comment down below. Otherwise, just wait for my episode on Saturday that I'm going to give about Inheritance. I'll maybe do a couple of Showdown matches as well. So that's the schedule. You know, that if you enjoy this episode, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.